Have you ever wondered if there's a secret in the Quran that could unlock not just spiritual peace, but also abundant rizq and relief from financial stress? What if I told you there's one surah that holds a trillionaire-level blessing, yet 99% of Muslims either ignore it or don't know its true power? This isn't just a story, it's a wake-up call. There is a surah that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam specifically linked to protection from poverty. A surah that, when recited daily, can attract divine provision, inner contentment, and blessings beyond imagination. But despite this, most of us scroll through life searching for worldly solutions, forgetting that Allah has already given us the answer. In this video, we'll uncover that hidden surah, explore its benefits, and understand how you can make it a life-changing part of your daily routine. The blessing is waiting. Don't be the one who misses it. 1. Surah Al-Waqiah is known for attracting rizq, sustenance, and protection from poverty. Surah Al-Waqiah holds a unique status among the chapters of the Quran due to its deep connection with sustenance and divine provision. Unlike other surahs that focus primarily on laws or stories, Al-Waqiah directly addresses the reality of wealth, human dependence, and the certainty of Allah's power to give or withhold. The structure of this surah categorizes people into 3 groups on the Day of Judgment, showing that true honor and reward come from spiritual submission, not material status. Yet, hidden within its verses is a subtle message. Rizq is a matter of the unseen, controlled solely by Allah. This surah reminds the reader that sustenance is not a result of effort alone, but of divine will. When recited regularly, it acts as a spiritual anchor, shifting one's mindset from stress over worldly gain to trust in Allah's limitless generosity, thereby attracting both barakah and ease in livelihood. 2. A hadith states that reciting it every night prevents poverty. Among the spiritual treasures passed down through authentic narrations is a profound hadith regarding Surah Al-Waqiah. It is reported that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Whoever recites Surah Al-Waqiah every night will never be afflicted by poverty." This statement is not merely a promise, but a spiritual prescription, offering protection from financial hardship through consistent connection with the Quran. The power of this hadith lies in its simplicity. No complex rituals or grand efforts, just nightly recitation with sincerity and trust. While many seek wealth through worldly means alone, this hadith gently redirects the believer to a source that transcends material systems. It encourages us to understand that sustenance flows from unseen blessings, not just visible income. By making Surah Al-Waqiah part of one's nightly routine, a Muslim aligns with divine wisdom and places their financial fears in the hands of the provider, Al-Razzaq, trusting that he will sustain and support in ways beyond imagination. 3. Despite this powerful benefit, most Muslims neglect this surah. Surah Al-Waqiah challenges the worldly definition of wealth by drawing attention to what truly matters in both this life and the hereafter. While the surah discusses the outcomes of people based on their faith and deeds, it subtly reshapes the concept of richness. Those who are honored in the sight of Allah are not necessarily the ones with gold, land, or power, but those with sincere hearts, humility, and trust in divine provision. This surah teaches that real wealth lies in gratitude, contentment, and the purity of one's soul. Emotional richness, like peace, patience, and hope, is worth more than any currency. Spiritual richness, such as reliance on Allah, remembrance, and good character, offers fulfillment that no material gain can provide. Al-Waqiah reorients the believer to see beyond what the eyes can measure, encouraging them to seek a deeper, lasting form of wealth that brings joy now and reward in eternity. 4. The surah emphasizes that true wealth is not just material, but also spiritual and emotional. Despite the immense virtues associated with Surah Al-Waqiah, it remains overlooked by the majority of Muslims. Many are unaware of its spiritual impact, while others may know its benefits but fail to act upon them due to busy routines, lack of consistency, or simply underestimating its power. In a world driven by materialism and quick results, the idea of receiving divine blessings through quiet, consistent recitation may seem distant or ineffective to some. Social media, distractions, and worldly stress pull hearts away from simple spiritual habits. This neglect is not just a missed opportunity for financial protection. It reflects a broader disconnection from the Quran and its treasures. When a surah with such clear spiritual advantage is ignored, it shows how often we chase solutions elsewhere before turning to Allah's words. Reviving this one practice can recenter a Muslim's trust in divine wisdom and reconnect them with daily barakah and ease. 5. It reminds believers of Allah's control over provision and the importance of trust in Him. Surah Al-Waqiah powerfully reinforces the truth that Allah alone controls every form of provision, whether wealth, health, status, or time. It reminds us that no effort, business, or opportunity can bring results unless Allah wills it. Throughout its verses, the surah illustrates scenes of the afterlife and creation to show that human beings are completely dependent on Allah, not just for their survival, but for every blessing they enjoy. The surah invites believers to reflect on how food grows, how rain falls, and how life and death are in His command, each pointing to the reality that all sources of rizq are divine. This realization builds deep tawakkul, trust in Allah, freeing a person from fear and anxiety over what they earn. When a believer internalizes that Allah is the sole provider, ar-Razzaq, they become more patient, grateful, and content, knowing that what is meant for them will never miss them. 6. Reading it regularly can change your mindset about abundance and gratitude. Regular recitation of Surah Al-Waqiah has the power to reshape a person's mindset from scarcity and fear to abundance and trust. In a world where many constantly worry about money, success, and future stability, this surah gently shifts focus from material dependency to spiritual assurance. By reading it daily, the heart is reminded that sustenance is not limited and that Allah's treasures are vast and unending. Over time, this repetition ingrains a deeper sense of gratitude, not just for what one has, but for the unseen blessings constantly being provided. Instead of feeling anxious about what's missing, a person begins to recognize and appreciate what's already present. This shift naturally leads to increased contentment, generosity, and inner peace. The consistent engagement with this surah transforms financial stress into spiritual strength, allowing believers to walk through life with confidence, knowing they are supported by the one who never fails in His promises. 7. Daily recitation, especially after Maghrib or Isha, is highly recommended. Surah Al-Waqiah offers a rare combination of blessings that benefit both this life and the hereafter. In worldly terms, it brings ease in sustenance, removes financial stress, and instills a sense of security rooted in faith rather than fear. Many have experienced unexpected opportunities, provisions, and emotional relief through its regular recitation. But its true value extends far beyond material comfort. The surah vividly describes scenes of the afterlife, categorizing people based on their deeds and closeness to Allah. This serves as a constant reminder that the ultimate success is not measured by wealth, but by nearness to paradise. By reciting and reflecting on this surah, a believer gains clarity on their life's purpose and prepares their soul for the eternal journey. The dual rewards, relief in this world and elevation in the next, make Surah Al-Waqiah a powerful source of mercy, guidance, and lasting success for those who embrace it consistently. 8. Its blessings are both worldly, wealth, ease, and eternal, reward in the hereafter. Developing the habit of reciting Surah Al-Waqiah daily, particularly after Maghrib or Isha prayers, offers both spiritual discipline and tranquility. These evening hours hold special value in Islam, as they mark the transition from the day's struggles to a time of reflection and closeness to Allah. Incorporating this surah into your nightly routine creates a peaceful ritual that not only brings reward, but also resets the heart after the distractions of the day. Many scholars and pious individuals have emphasized reciting it at night, as the heart is calmer and more receptive during these hours. Over time, this practice becomes a shield, providing not just protection from financial hardship, but also strengthening one's connection with the Quran. The consistency of reading at the same time daily creates spiritual discipline, allowing Barakah to settle in one's home and soul. This simple habit can quietly transform both mindset and life, one night at a time. Surah Al-Waqiah is more than just verses. It's a gateway to abundance, gratitude, and divine connection. Don't let this trillionaire blessing pass you by. Make it a part of your nightly routine, and trust Allah to open doors you never imagined. If this video inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to Purpose Deen for more spiritually uplifting content. May Allah bless you with halal wealth, peace, and barakah in every step of your journey. Comment below, Ya Allah, grant me rizq with barakah and draw me closer to your Quran. Jazakallah khair for watching.